a little bit, and we'll be the newscasters. You mean? All right, we're here at Stennis Space Center out here in Mecklenburg, Florida.
A very exciting day for all of us here at CNN, getting to witness the Challenger.
The launch of the Challenger.
It is really getting up there, huh, Theo?
Yeah, I think we're at about 60,000 nautical heights.
Nautical miles.
Nautical
yeah.
mile heights.
A lot of nautical miles.
Right over there near Coral Gables, just passing over the stadium right under them.
These, now, these spaceships, the new ones, are actually built with this new material that makes them so much more durable.
Oh, gosh.
So much safer.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know...
Looks safe to me.
Oh, no, Theo!
Oh, Joe.
Oh, my.
Oh, Jehovah. That is...
Is that...
And it's going in a couple directions now.
I don't think that's what was supposed to happen.
Oh, it's coming back, it seems like.
Maybe they're...
No, that's exactly what's supposed to happen, Jimmy.
Kids, this is what's supposed to happen. They're coming back.
The Challenger. There they are. There's somebody.
You know, with these older ladies, like, you're being a whore, you're giving it away. And it's like, well, isn't getting a dinner and a movie more hoary?
Yes.
You know, isn't that way weirder? Like, hey, I'm not going to fuck you till the 5th date after you buy me 17 pieces of salmon. Like, that's way more prostitute-ish.
Yeah. Shout out salmon. Omega-3 is heart healthy. Good to keep the heart up and cholesterol down during a pandy-wandy.
Elliot Page, I'll call you.
Elliot Page. Oh, yeah.
The future's female.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Oh, shit. If we say too much, Tim Dillon's going to fall out of a rafter.
Let me see. If I was Jesus, would I let you in?
Oh, my God, dude.
No, I mean, because...
At the door, I'd be like, bad friends.
I'd be like, yeah, but that was just my,
What?
Yeah, earthly project.
I know, but it gave you meaning and fun and life and...
I'll just say, wait, go... There's a line.
You're going to make me wait in the fucking line.
There's already a line. You're in the front of the line.
I know. It took me forever to get up here.
Go off to the side.
Bobby.
Go off to the side. I got to see who else is coming in.
Bobby.
No.
Bobby, I waited in the line. I didn't even skip the line. I could have skipped the line and said hi to you.
It doesn't matter. Dude, I'm Jesus. I run the fucking thing.
I understand, but
Security. All right, so they put it to the side, right?
Get off of me.
Yeah.
Get the fuck off of me.
You're not going downstairs.
You're making it seem
You're
that
not
way.
going downstairs. All right, you're not. Watch. Now watch who else I let in.
All right.
Kevin Spacey, come on in.
Come on.
One of the most jealous times I've ever had in my life is when you and Joey Diaz took y'all's children to... Where was this? Tell me about
Disneyland.
That. Oh my God!
We got the VIP pimp tour.
Can you even imagine just being in line and seeing you guys roll up?
I'm gonna tell you something. When I go to Disneyland,
Go for it, Joey.
if I turn around and Mickey Mouse fucks me in the ass and I pay the $119, I get my money's worth. And I'll tell you why. You know you're not going to get blown up. You know you're not going to fall off one of those fucking rides.
That's true.
The place is fucking
clean, immaculate.
Clean. You
Not
know,
even a gum wrapper on the fucking floor.
And if something does happen to fall,
I know.
there's a little fucking Mexican dude with a sweeper with Mickey Mouse ears on that comes up right behind you and pick it the fuck up. They don't fuck around at Disneyland.
But then we became friends, and then what happened? So then I got Mad TV.
You got Matt TV. We went down to San Diego together.
Right.
You borrowed a bunch of. I can bring up old shit, right? You borrowed a bunch of money for pills.
Yeah. What do we ever go to brothels together?
Yes.
In Mexico too?
Tijuana launch pads.
Adelitas?
We're the Adelitas.
Yeah.
Is that where you guys met?
So nice. I was 16 at the time.
So nice.
We were at some type of like social setting, like a barbecue, like someone's house party or something. And I remember that it was daytime and there was a group of people and like somebody had mentioned, like a woman had come up and had walked away, and it was like that natural thing where somebody first did like the eyes and then someone was like, Jesus, man. And like you said, like, I wouldn't mind whatever spending the night with her, like something fine to say. And then somebody else like kind of tagged it with like, no shit, blah, blah, blah. And there was a guy there. I don't remember. I thought it was like somebody you knew. Remember? You don't remember that? I remember. This is what you asked me about. Yeah, I don't remember. And then he was like, that guy was like, wouldn't mind fucking her until she shits in the bed or something. We were all like, what? And he was like, I would fucking rip her in half. Fuck her until she bleeds to death. And we were like, what are you talking about, man?
It's like, I'm talking about sex.
Sex.
Man.
She's
just
hot.
regular
We're
sex.
like, that's really. And everybody walked away.
I got kicked out of that class a few times he pointed me out one time. I was asleep in like the second row.
Yeah.
And
right.
And it's so weird waking up into a situation where everyone's looking at you.
Yeah.
Because I was asleep in like the second row, and apparently he was like, "Look at this guy, just sleeping in the second row, probably hungover." I had like a wristband on from like the night before. He's like, "Probably look at his wristband, probably hungover right now," and like he's like, "Why don't you get your buddy up?" To my friend, and he like nudges me, and I just like wake up, and he's like, and I just hear, "Oh, he's awake." And just a classroom of 1,000 people starts laughing, and I'm just like, oh man, this is rough. It's a rough wake up.
And now you can't go back to sleep. That's the worst part.
Yeah, I can't go back to sleep.
That's the worst.
That'd actually be pretty legendary if I did that.
Somebody tweeted at me like, "You complain on every podcast, you know?" And I thought to myself, do I? And I thought, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because that's my brand, bitch.
Right. Bitchin' with Griffin.
Yeah.
Bitchin' with Griffin. Yeah.
That's my brand. Okay. So I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm just going, I'm gonna lean into it. I'm putting my foot in it.
Can you imagine if someone said like, Bill Burr complains too much? You're like, that's what he's good at.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you're good, but you're good at when you complain. When you and I mean, who am I to talk? I complain about everything. When you and I complain, there's purpose. It's not just complaining just to complain.
I have a thing. You know whose fault this is? Stupid ass Bobby. This is Bobby's fault.
Everything is his fault.
Yeah, because he'll come with his thing. You complain, like the way he says it, and then all this like troll minions. You know what I mean? They start to be like, yeah, you complain. I was like, do you listen to Tiger Belly? Just all he does is complain.
Yeah.
He complains all the time, but
he does.
all of a sudden I own complaining. But anyways, let me get back to my complaint.
And I got the hot girl who doesn't want to touch me. And the ugly one wants to fuck Ari.
Yeah, she doesn't get a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Comedians.
So now I'm in a closet.
There are researchers, scripts.
Right. With the fucking hot one.
Oh yeah, so we're both on each other's beds. Like he's on his bed, I'm on my bed with my girl. He's on his girl, and we're like making out. I've never done anything like this. I've had sex with like 3 or 4 girls at the time, maybe 4.
Yeah,
maybe 5.
Because he looked really Jewy back then.
Yeah.
Right, he looks good. I think you look better now. When you were younger, it was like a beaker.
Yeah,
from the Muppets. Like you look weird. Yeah. So
we're making out. I hear on the other bed. Could I just touch your shoulder? How about I just touch your shoulder?
Yeah.
What if I do this? I'm just gonna put the back of my hand on your knee.
Yeah.
I was doing drugs. I was staying at Ari Shafir's old place, dude, before he freaking did that epithet for Kobe or whatever he did, whatever it's called, before he spoke at his funeral. And I got locked out of there, dude. I had to climb. They have like these communal gardens or something.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes.
No, they don't.
They do. They have like.
There's no communal garden in here. Stop making shit up.
I'm not joking, bro.
Stop telling me there's a fucking communal garden.
I had to sneak through somebody's.
There's a koi fish pond. I'm swimming through the koi fish pond.
I had to sneak through some rabbit patch in the backyard to get into his place. Like, bro, it was insane. It was just crazy. Yeah, and it was just a lot, bro. You're sweating. There's just a lot going on. For even somebody that's not, I felt like
I almost got wrapped up in one of your stories. It almost happened just right there.
Bro,
it almost happened right there. It sounded so romantic and fantastical that I was like, oh, tell me about New York.
There's a communal garden.
Fucking communal garden.
At 12th and C, there's a fucking communal garden. Or somebody burned a building down. There's growth.
There's the weeds starting to grow.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, I had to jump a fence. I had to sneak around the back of his building to get in.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do boot camp with football at the same time?
It was funny because while you're getting recruited, they're like, all the football players, we get an escape. We get to leave the military stuff and go play football. And it's like, nice. Turns out college football sucks. It was way worse than boot camp. I was like, let me go back to fucking walking. All boot camp was at West Point was like walking and standing. Now that was the first couple weeks. I'm sure it got harder, but I got out of there.
How do you
before
get out?
It got hard.
How do you
get
out?
You just cry. All you have to do is cry.
Like, get this bitch out of here.
Yeah, if you're 6'3", 300 pounds crying, they're like, all right, you're fucking going home. I was like, I want to go home.
That was really it.
I remember the night before boot camp, I was in a hotel like with my parents because your parents drop you off at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. So I was just laying there with them and I was like, geez, this is in a hotel room. And
were they supportive? Did they think this was a good thing? Or they were like, hey, we don't have to pay for college. He got a full ride. We're so proud.
So proud. So that was, that'll come back with the SNL stuff. That was the last time. They've been proud of me twice. And both times, catastrophic failures.
That seemed to last about the same amount of time.
Dude. Same amount. And I mean, truly, I've had 6 weeks in my entire life of my parents being proud. But this was very funny. So when they drop you off, they drop you off in regular clothes, and your parents say goodbye to you. And then at the end of the day, there's a parade of all the new cadets in front of all the parents. And now they see you marching in a uniform, head shaved, at the end of the day. So during that parade, I see my mom like waving a flag, like one of those mini flags, and I walk by her, and she was like, yes. And I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. In 1 hour. And she literally went like this, dude. She goes, she dropped her flag.
I'm getting the fuck out.
I was like, I am fucking out of here. And
oh shit!
No, it was a huge. And what was funny is like while you're quitting, I was still getting letters from people back home that were like, "We're so proud of you. This is incredible." And I was like,
"You're already out.
I'm out, dude.
You're already sitting on the couch."
I was getting letters from people that were like, "We love you. We're proud of you." And I was like, "I'm going to community college." Yeah. So when you call your parents like, "Hey, I'm quitting," they're coached by like drill instructors and recruiters to be like, "Say no. Say they're literally not allowed to come home." So my parents, when I called them and I was like, I'm coming home, I'm fucking quitting, they were like, you cannot quit. And I was like, you guys are fucking losers. Like,
you're losers.
I was so mean, dude. I was so mean. I was like, you're a fucking teacher, Mom. Shut the fuck up. It was really regrettable stuff, dude. It was embarrassing. I mean, dude, imagine crying on the phone with your
There's
mom.
a line of other dudes crying, waiting to get on
with your mom. Like, shut the fuck up, Mom. You're a loser.
In the Civil War, actually, even though being enslaved, which V has reminded us that we don't say slaves anymore. Now it's enslaved. That's the PC woke way. You have to say you're enslaved. If you say enslaved. Enslaved.
N-word.
Enslaved. Yeah. Yeah.
So now at this point, neck bleeding the week before he beat me up. And now I hate him. And I'm scared. Like I literally have like kind of a PTSD kind of a situation where I'm like shocked by it.
Yeah.
It's there's trauma. So when Carlos finds out that Ari had booked the job in a sketch.
And we were fighting.
He called you and said, hey bro, I can't have you on my show.
No.
What?
Oh, they just said they brought out the part. He didn't call me at all.
He didn't call you?
Oh, he's the worst, man. He's, how much
Oh,
of a liar
he said
is.
he called you.
He's like, oh, yeah, man, they just wrote out the part. It's nothing I could. I was like,
Oh. So he told me that he had called you and said, hey, bro, you can't beat up my friend and all that stuff.
He
That
said
never
something in the
happened?
back. It's like, hey, you got to stop being at my friend. And then later it was like the part was written out. No, he'll never.
Oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, but did you think that I'm the one? Because that's what I think.
Asked him to fire me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah. And
I want to let you know right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Okay. I believe you.
Okay. Why would I do that? I didn't even know about it.
Wait, I mean, if your question is why would I do that, the answer is clearly this guy just punched me 2 times. Can you please get him fired?
Nah. Yeah,
it's
but
very obvious
I know,
why
but
you would.
why would I? How would I even know that you got hired and all that stuff? I don't know.
Carlos going, hey, that guy got a job on my show, and you're like, hey, can you get him not that? I'm not saying you did.
Yeah.
But that's a reason. That's a way. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Didn't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And so then I was like, Bobby got me fired. I was like, well, that's a line in comedy where it's like it's so hard to find jobs. You can't fuck with someone's income. With their job, with their trying to this career so hard.
Right. So
and I was like, well, I have to punch you now.
Now
The rest was rageful. This is like, no, this is the right thing to do.
Yeah. So I'm at the parking lot at the Comedy Store, and I just hear running. when you hear running, you just think that people are just jogging, whatever. You don't think that somebody's going to do a Superman punch from behind.
I was talking to Dave Mashevitz. I saw Bobby, and I go, excuse me, Dave, I have to take care of something. Real calm, real calm. Like, I need to take care of this.
Yeah. He just
Bobby starts running away. I jumped.
And it hit me from the back. And then I...
Fell again. That was your number one defensive move.
Okay, I'm saying right now, that's my defensive move.
I wrestle in college?
No.
College,
how tall are you?
6'3".
Yeah, I'm 5'4".
You have a better base of gravity. Center of gravity, yeah. You're one up on that. Plus, you outweigh me by 50 pounds.
Okay. So, George, you're laughing way too hard at that.
You are laughing pretty hard, George. Give it
up. So then I go to the
white side of the room.
Yeah. So I go to the cover booth, not the cover booth. I go to the office. To call the police.
Yeah.
Did they ban you then? I think for a month or something after that.
They banned me, and then they're like, you can't be beating up Bobby 3 times. 2 is okay, but
the third time.
Yeah, we have a no beating up Bobby 3 times rule. And then I was banned, and then it sort of they were like, you have to talk to Bobby and work it out. And so I was like, fine, let's talk.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, fine, okay, talk then. And like, this is not what I wanted. I was like, then do it.
Yeah, but he would also do this even after he got back in. Mm-hmm. I'd walk down the hallway and he would just say shit. Like, here's the dumbest guy in the fucking building.
I know what bothered you.
Yeah, things that he knew that would bother me. Yeah. You can't even get a thought together. You can't even speak English, dude. And you're born here. You're like, he would say shit to get me riled up, and I would just be like, I can't even come here. I hate this guy. And it was like that for years.
He'd be holding court. There'd be like 4 people around, him and like 3 other people talking. Like, what are you doing? Listening to Bobby's lies? You're lying about something. That's what you do. You lie. So is that and just like, oh man, I'm just trying to have a conversation. And I'm just like, nope, not allowed.
Fousey, you ever seen that guy Fousey on YouTube?
Yeah.
So anyway, I met this guy one time, and honestly, I thought he was a real fucking clown fuck. But he just had a really intense ego. That's what I felt like about the young guy. And I think he fraudulently made some videos that were like, watch this butterfly hug this homeless guy.
Yeah, I mean,
see what happens when this 7-month-old baby crawls past this homeless guy.
Like that. Those kind of videos always. He did those videos that kind of fed into that whole clickbaity thing.
Yeah, and it was fake though. It was prearranged.
Where it was like a thumbnail like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't believe she said that.
Yeah.
It's
like, guess who gets leprosy? And it's just like
yeah. It's a guy like in a blanket on the street. You're like, fuck this, but I'm gonna click it.
Yeah.
I went out with a girl in 8th grade who I was like, this is like my first girlfriend, and I'm I don't know, it's so juvenile. I feel like there was some exchange of like, will you be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
And she was like, I will. Like that kind of thing. I'll do that. Yeah. And we went to the movies, and I think maybe one other weekend we did something else, and we hung out at each other's place a couple times. This is 8th grade, and nothing has happened yet. Like we've held hands. We haven't even kissed yet. Okay. But she's my girlfriend. We're 8th graders. 2 weeks later, her friend calls me and reads a letter to break up with me. Over the phone.
You're going to want to sit down for
But she didn't do it. She gave her friend. Her friend was like, I'll call you to tell you that.
And you sat and listened
to it. And I sat and listened to it. And she's like, I think we're growing apart. I was like, what the fuck?
We're in 8th grade.
Yeah. And I also, like, nothing's happened yet.
You ever seen some weird voodoo fuck down there?
Yeah. I mean, I lost my virginity to a 55-year-old woman on Bourbon Street when I was 16.
Is that legal, though? Did she commit statutory rape? Or in the eyes of the law, it's all good?
I'm a survivor. But you know what? It was great. I feel like those kids that fucked their teacher. I was like, no, I was into it. It was great.
Mark's a survivor.
Somebody had to remind me of that. They're like, you're a survivor. I was like, oh, I guess I could use that and make a career out of it if I was a shittier comedian.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, that's hilarious. You should write a book.
I had no idea. Maybe I'll do a one-man show. I'll call Colin. How do I write these?
Yeah, 100%. Colin, hope you're listening. Last time somebody was in the studio, Colin got COVID. He's getting better. CQ, we love you, baby.
I think the lady I fucked had COVID, and that was in 2000.
Yeah.
I went upstairs because this is when I was dating Sarah.
Yeah.
Right? And she was upstairs doing some sort of Adam
I
Barnard.
wanted to fuck her to get back at you. I was like, I'm not even into it, but I was like, yeah, I think I'll do this to try to like.
I think I'll do this.
Hurt you. Right after you broke up, I was like, I know you still care.
Oh my god. So it's amazing. This guy, I love it.
There was a picture posted of me, Kevin Hart, and this guy Touré from Montreal last year. And
Jewish comic
people, they were putting these. So everyone was putting these, comments under it. And my daughter, because she's
like a fucking idiot.
She's a ball bust. No, she goes, oh great, you think you're special now, or something like that. And then right below that, someone replies to that comment and goes like, God, you're such an ugly little cunt. Now, I then go on a tirade. I go on the radio. I give this guy's fucking Twitter or Instagram handle out.
Shut up.
I go at him, and I start even online saying things like, he's in Portland. I go, hey, I guess what? I said, I'll be in Portland in 2 weeks. I go, I'd love you to come find me and say something like that. And there's no reply. Then we do the whole radio show shitting on this guy. Soder's going at him. And then I get a message right back from the thing. He goes, oh my God, dude, I'm such a big fan. He goes, I am such an idiot. He goes, I didn't look at the name even. He goes, I just was defending you. I thought somebody was shitting on you, and I was defending. They go, my daughter. My daughter, by the way, calls me. I like when she finds her excuses to say something. She calls me like late night one night, and she goes, Dad, one of your fans just called me a little cunt, an ugly cunt on the thing. I go, what? She goes, yeah, and there's a message that says ugly cunt. By the fifth time, I'm like, stop saying cunt. Yeah. You stop saying it.
One time, this kid had a birthday party at his house, right? And his parents got a sauna, or not a sauna. What was a thing of hot water in your yard? What's that thing called?
A jacuzzi?
A jacuzzi.
Okay.
So his parents got a jacuzzi, dude. In Louisiana, first of all of Louisiana is a fucking jacuzzi, right?
Yeah,
the entire state is made out of jacuzzi, right? Like that. You could step in your front yard
Have
as
you
a
ever
fucking
used that on
jacuzzi,
stage?
You know?
You ever said that? Dude, that's hilarious.
But it's so we're all in his yard, dude, and it's 95 degrees outside. We're sitting in the middle of a hot yard, 90-degree water, right? Just boiling for my buddy's birthday party, right? Just fucking making just buddy soup. You know, we're just celebrating this party because his parents got this fucking jacuzzi. Well, some kid in our school had learned how to jerk off, and the rest of us had never seen it, right? So this dude's like secretly jerking off under the water, you know? Mm-hmm. And this guy was like 30 years old. He shouldn't have been in school anymore. Like at a certain, this one you could just stay in school until eventually you got a job as like a janitor or something,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You come to like you come to 8th grade or 6th grade for the 15th time and finally like you're a fucking janitor, you know? You're hired, you know? You're not in school. You're over here by the brooms, you know?
Yeah.
And anyway, this dude had been jerking off under the water, but nobody knew. Then he stood up and started just ejaculating into the fucking jacuzzi, right?
Oh, shit.
None of us had ever seen this. We didn't even know this could happen, right? So everybody thinks that this guy, CJ, is melting out of his penis. Like he was it was going to keep happening until he just got smaller and smaller and smaller and just disappeared. So this kid named Will grabs onto his penis to stop it from fucking...
What?
Yeah. And you know that hurts, dude. If you're ejaculating, if you're spraying
Sensitive.
out,
Yeah, you gotta
especially
take
if
it
it's
easy.
Yeah, and they weren't even that close. They weren't even that good of buddies. You know, if a buddy maybe grabs your penis with
That's
two
different.
hands, little different. Some guy you don't super know that well.
Yeah.
And he didn't have real strong grip, so it was still kind of happening. You know.
Yeah, you got to squeeze at the base.
This guy had no. Yeah, he didn't
Like
have
a
a lot.
cock ring.
Yeah, this Will kid didn't have a lot of technique.
Excuse me, little C.